In this video, you will learn about 10 dangerous combinations with onions that can lead to serious consequences, ranging from heart conditions and pancreatic issues to digestive disorders and high blood pressure. We will explain how ordinary meals that may seem harmless can, when combined with onions, silently undermine your health. After that, you will see a list of the 10 best and safest combinations with onions, which on the contrary, can help strengthen your health and extend your lifespan. The final and most beneficial combination will surprise you. This video is going to be incredibly informative and helpful. If you want to take control of your health like a pro, give it a like, and let's get started. Never eat onions with cabbage. Many people enjoy adding onions to cabbage-based salads and stews, not realizing the potential problems with this combination. The issue is that onions significantly stimulate the digestive process, speeding up the movement of food through the intestines. At the same time, cabbage, which is rich in sulfur-containing compounds, tends to ferment in the digestive tract. When these two processes occur at the same time, it creates a serious overload on the intestines. As a result, this combination often leads to pronounced bloating, imbalanced gut flora, and an uncomfortable swollen abdomen. A clear example is the case of Jessica Harper from Florida, who regularly ate salads with onions and cabbage, which led to serious intestinal issues. If you want to avoid putting your digestive system under such stress, it is better to consume these foods at different times or to cook the cabbage before combining it with onions, which can partially neutralize the problematic compounds. Never eat onions with dairy products such as milk, cheese, yogurt, or cottage cheese. At first glance, adding onions to cottage cheese salads or using sour cream and onions as a topping may seem like a great idea. However, this combination creates a true biochemical conflict in your digestive system. Onions act as a powerful stimulant for digestion, significantly accelerating metabolic processes. At the same time, dairy products require slow and prolonged digestion because of their complex protein and fat structure. When these opposing processes collide, an enzymatic conflict occurs, leading to fermentation and discomfort. Tom Johnson from Texas experienced the risks of this combination firsthand. His regular consumption of salads with onions and sour cream resulted in severe intestinal irritation. To avoid similar problems, it is recommended to separate the consumption of onions and dairy products. However, if you cannot imagine your meals without this combination, it is better to choose fermented dairy products with reduced lactose content, which are somewhat easier to digest alongside onions. Never eat onions with red meat. A steak with sautéed onions is considered a classic pairing that many people see as flawless. However, this combination can actually lead to serious health issues, especially for those who are prone to metabolic disorders. Red meat, such as beef, lamb, or pork, is extremely rich in purines, compounds that are converted into uric acid during metabolism. Onions, on the other hand, significantly accelerate metabolic processes, which in this case leads to faster production and buildup of uric acid crystals in the joints. The story of Michael Stevens from Virginia clearly illustrates the danger of this combination. His fondness for steaks with sautéed onions resulted in hospitalization due to an acute gout flare-up and severe joint pain. To minimize risks, it is recommended to reduce the consumption of red meat, replacing it with safer protein sources like chicken or fish. If you do decide to prepare red meat dishes, try to limit the amount of onion in the recipe or use other seasonings instead. Never eat onions with mushrooms. Mushroom stew with onions or sautéed mushrooms with caramelized onions may seem like appealing and harmless dishes. However, this combination can place a serious burden on the digestive system. Mushrooms contain chitin, a complex polysaccharide that is difficult to digest on its own. Onions, meanwhile, stimulate the production of gastric juice and accelerate digestive processes. At first glance, it might seem that this would help with mushroom digestion, but in practice, this combination often leads to gastrointestinal overload, causing a feeling of heaviness, indigestion, and even symptoms of mild intoxication. Emily Wilson from California experienced this firsthand. After preparing a stew with mushrooms and a large amount of onions, she ended up in the hospital with a severe digestive upset. For safer mushroom consumption, it is recommended to cook them thoroughly, avoid overloading the dish with onions, and include enough dietary fiber to help balance the digestive process. Never combine onions with coffee. Most people do not think about the interaction between onions and coffee in their diet, since these foods are rarely consumed at the same time. However, many enjoy starting their day with coffee and then snacking on sandwiches or paninis that include onions. This sequence can become a real assault on the stomach. Coffee on its own stimulates the production of hydrochloric acid, especially when consumed on an empty stomach. When onions are introduced shortly afterward, there is a sharp spike in acidity, which can irritate the stomach lining. Julia Henderson from New York experienced the effects of this combination firsthand. Her habit of eating paninis with onions and drinking coffee led to the development of gastritis. To avoid such issues, try not to combine coffee with meals that contain onions, especially on an empty stomach. It is better to start the day with more neutral foods, allowing the stomach to gradually activate without sudden increases in acidity. Never combine onions with vinegar. Pickled onions made with vinegar are a popular appetizer and a common ingredient in many salads, but this combination can be one of the most aggressive for the stomach lining. Both ingredients independently increase the acidity of gastric juice. Onions by stimulating secretion, and vinegar due to its naturally acidic nature. When these two factors are combined, they cause an excessive rise in acidity that can literally erode the protective layer of the stomach lining. The story of Mark Roberts from California serves as a warning. His fondness for pickled onions with vinegar led to the development of acute gastritis. To reduce the risk, it is recommended to replace vinegar with gentler alternatives such as lemon juice or olive oil. It is also extremely important to avoid such acidic dressings on an empty stomach, when the stomach is especially vulnerable to irritation. Never eat onions with salted fish. Herring or other types of salted fish served with onions are traditional appetizers in many cultures. However, from a physiological perspective, this combination can be dangerous, especially for individuals who are predisposed to cardiovascular conditions. Onions significantly accelerate blood circulation and metabolic processes, while the high salt content in the fish contributes to elevated blood pressure and fluid retention in the body. When these effects combine, they create a double burden on the cardiovascular system and kidneys. Michael Johnson from Chicago experienced the danger of this pairing firsthand. His regular consumption of herring with onions led to a hypertensive crisis and hospitalization. To minimize the risks, it is recommended to thoroughly rinse salted fish before eating, drastically reduce the amount of added salt, and, if possible, replace onions with safer alternatives such as fresh herbs or cucumbers. Never eat onions with smoked foods. Smoked fish or meat paired with onions may seem like a delicious and appealing combination, but from a health perspective, this pairing can be potentially harmful. The smoking process, especially in industrial production, leads to the formation of polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons and other carcinogenic substances in the food. Onions, due to their ability to improve blood circulation and enhance the absorption of nutrients, can potentially increase the intake of these carcinogens into the bloodstream. John Baker from Texas, who regularly ate smoked fish with onions, encountered serious problems. He developed a pre-ulcer condition in his stomach. To reduce the risks, it is strongly recommended to cut back on smoked foods, replacing them with boiled or baked dishes that retain their nutritional value without producing harmful compounds. If you do choose to eat smoked products, it is better to pair them with other vegetables instead of onions. Never combine onions with alcohol. Many people enjoy pairing alcoholic beverages with meat dishes that include onions or vegetable appetizers that contain onions. However, this combination can create a true biochemical storm in the body. Onions activate the enzyme systems of the liver and pancreas, while alcohol is an extremely strong toxin for those same organs. As a result, a contradictory situation occurs. On one hand, the body attempts to increase detoxification, and on the other, it is exposed to an intensified toxic load. The story of Tom Wilkins from Tennessee clearly illustrates the danger of this combination. After regularly consuming meat with onions as a snack with alcoholic drinks, he ended up in the hospital with acute pancreatitis. To reduce the risks, it is recommended to choose gentler foods as snacks with alcohol, ones that do not place extra strain on the liver and pancreas. It is also advisable to completely avoid onions in hot appetizers if you plan to drink alcohol. Never eat onions with greasy fried foods, especially fast food. French fries with onions or battered onion rings are favorite dishes for many fast food lovers. However, this combination can be one of the most dangerous for the cardiovascular system. Onions significantly stimulate blood circulation and metabolic processes, while greasy fried food greatly increases the level of bad cholesterol in the blood. This pairing creates ideal conditions for the rapid development of atherosclerosis and other vascular disorders. David Martinez from New Mexico, who regularly ate French fries with onions, received a troubling diagnosis: coronary artery disease at a relatively young age. To protect your health, it is strongly recommended to avoid fast food that contains onions, replacing it with healthier alternatives such as boiled dishes and fresh vegetables. This substitution not only reduces the risk of cardiovascular disease, but also helps maintain a healthy weight and overall well-being. Next, we will look at the 10 best combinations of onions with other foods for health and longevity. Always eat onions with potatoes, whether they are boiled or baked. Discover the classic culinary harmony of onions paired with properly cooked potatoes. This traditional combination not only offers a delightful flavor, but also provides notable benefits for digestion. Natural compounds in onions help break down the starch in potatoes more efficiently, reducing the glycemic load on the body while supporting the optimal function of the digestive system. Unlike heavy fried foods that place stress on the body, this wholesome duo creates satisfying meals that leave you feeling nourished rather than weighed down. Whether included in hearty salads or served as a simple, elegant side dish, this pairing brings time-tested benefits to your everyday meals. It is ideal for anyone seeking balanced nutrition without compromising on taste. Always eat onions with whole grain bread. Experience the perfect synergistic effect for gut health with the recommended combination of onions and whole grain bread. This pairing creates an exceptional digestive alliance. Prebiotics in onions stimulate the growth of beneficial bacteria, while the rich fiber content of whole grain bread provides a nourishing environment for them to thrive. Regular consumption of this combination supports the natural regulation of blood sugar levels and helps prevent constipation thanks to its comprehensive impact on the gut microbiome. Turn ordinary toast and sandwiches into nutritious meals by including sliced onions, a simple way to improve your daily diet and maintain a lasting feeling of fullness without sudden spikes in insulin. Always eat onions with beets, whether they are boiled or baked. Immerse yourself in the world of powerful detoxification with the combination of onions and properly prepared beets. This partnership is crafted by nature to cleanse the body. The bioactive compounds in onions activate liver enzymes responsible for detoxification, while the betaine and anthocyanins in beets enhance this process, creating an effective mechanism for eliminating toxins. This elegant combination provides dual support. The liver receives essential components for renewal, and the blood-forming system is stimulated thanks to the beet's rich mineral profile. Ideal for vinaigrettes without harsh vinegar and refreshing salads, this pairing is a true ally for natural body cleansing, leaving you feeling light and energized. Always eat onions with chicken, whether it is stewed or boiled. Discover the secret of tender and easily digestible protein with the perfect pairing of onions and properly cooked chicken. In this culinary duo, the natural enzymes in onions act as a gentle tenderizer, breaking down the dense protein structures in chicken meat and transforming them into a form that is easier for the body to absorb. This combination significantly reduces the strain on the digestive system, allowing the body to extract maximum nutrients with minimal energy expenditure. In homemade soups, stews, and casseroles, this pairing not only enhances the flavor profile, but also creates a nutritious base for family meals, providing a feeling of fullness without heaviness and lasting comfort after eating. Always eat onions with carrots. Discover the perfect union of beauty and health in the classic combination of onions and carrots. This partnership is a remarkable example of nutritional synergy, where the flavonoids in onions enhance the bioavailability of the carotenoids in carrots, significantly increasing their benefits for the body. Regular consumption of this duo provides comprehensive support for vision through optimal absorption of beta-carotene, improves skin health by making it more radiant and protected from premature aging, and strengthens the immune system through antioxidant defense. Whether used as a traditional base for soups or in stewed vegetable dishes, This combination is a culinary classic that has stood the test of time and is supported by modern nutritional science. Always eat onions with fresh herbs such as dill or parsley. Immerse yourself in a world of vitamin richness with the perfect pairing of onions and fresh greens. This combination is a true natural pharmaceutical complex, where the volatile compounds in onions work together with the essential oils in herbs to create a powerful anti-inflammatory and vasodilating effect. This pairing provides comprehensive support for the immune system by activating the body's natural defenses against seasonal infections. When consumed regularly in salads, dressings, and appetizers, this refreshing combination becomes your daily natural remedy, offering preventive benefits against many common conditions while adding a unique aroma that turns simple food into a culinary delight. Always eat onions with fish that is boiled or baked without salt. Discover the secret to cardiovascular health in the harmonious pairing of onions and properly prepared unsalted fish. This combination is a perfect example of how natural components can work together for maximum benefit. The bioactive compounds in onions enhance the absorption of valuable omega-3 fatty acids from fish, while also strengthening the walls of blood vessels. Regular consumption of this pairing provides dual protection for the heart by reducing strain on the cardiac muscle, improving vascular elasticity, and normalizing the blood lipid profile. Fish baked in the oven with onions is not only easy to prepare, but also an incredibly beneficial dish that serves as an investment in long-term cardiovascular health without the need for medications. Always eat onions with lentils or buckwheat. Step into the world of optimal nutrition with the excellent combination of onions and iron-rich grains like lentils or buckwheat. This partnership highlights the remarkable ability of onions to neutralize anti-nutrients, phytates and oxalates naturally found in these healthy grains, which can otherwise interfere with mineral absorption. The organic acids in onions convert non-absorbable forms of iron into easily accessible ones, significantly increasing the nutritional value of each serving. This combination serves as a true solution for preventing anemia and supporting a healthy metabolism. Whether in soups, porridge, or nutrient-rich salads, this duo provides a steady boost of energy without blood sugar spikes, making it an ideal choice for complete nutrition at any time of day. Always eat onions with olive oil. Discover the Mediterranean secret to longevity in the refined pairing of onions and high-quality olive oil. This combination is a flawless example of nutritional synergy. The monounsaturated fats in olive oil significantly enhance the bioavailability of quercetin and other flavonoids in onions, allowing the body to fully benefit from their antioxidant properties. At the same time, olive oil softens the potentially irritating effects of onions on the mucous membranes by creating a protective layer and promoting comfortable digestion. Regular consumption of this combination in salads, appetizers, and marinades becomes an elegant preventive measure against cardiovascular diseases and supports liver health. It is no coincidence that this pairing is a cornerstone of the diet among Mediterranean centenarians who include it in their meals daily throughout their lives. Always eat onions with tomatoes. Enter the realm of powerful antioxidant protection with the perfect pairing of onions and ripe tomatoes. This combination represents the pinnacle of nutritional synergy, where the quercetin in onions and the lycopene in tomatoes form an unbeatable barrier against free radicals, the main culprits behind premature aging and degenerative diseases. Scientific research confirms that regular consumption of this duo significantly lowers the risk of cancer and strengthens the cardiovascular system by influencing key mechanisms of cellular health. Whether used in salads, sauces, or simply sliced together on a plate, this pairing serves as your daily preventive measure against a wide range of age-related conditions. As the absolute leader among vegetable combinations for promoting longevity, this pairing is a true elixir of youth, accessible to everyone. Next, I recommend checking out these videos, and don't forget to leave your likes and comments. I'm looking forward to them.